It started like a dumb idea, the kind you laugh about later, unless it doesn't let you. I'd been living in this quiet neighborhood just outside Portland for about 3 years. Nothing fancy, just rows of old houses, cracked sidewalks, and that constant drizzle that makes everything feel a little gray. But there was one house, right next to mine, and everyone knew about it. The Calloway House. That's what the locals called it. It had been sitting there for over 25 years. Empty. At least, that's what people said. Old Mr. Calloway had just packed up one day and moved out to California. No for sale sign. No moving trucks anyone remembered seeing. Just gone. And the house. He never sold it. Never came back. Just left everything inside like he was planning to return the next day. Except he didn't. For years, people stayed away. Kids dared each other to touch the front door. Teenagers told stories about lights flickering inside at night. One guy swore he saw someone standing in the upstairs window at 3 a.m. Everyone laughed it off, including me. Until that night. It was around 11:40 p.m., rain tapping softly against my window. I was bored out of my mind, scrolling through my phone, when I looked outside, and there it was. That house. Dark. Silent. Waiting. And I thought, what if I just check it out? I grabbed a flashlight, some gloves, and a stupid amount of confidence. The backyard fence between our houses was half rotten anyway. It took me maybe 10 seconds to climb over. Standing in front of that place up close felt different. Heavier. Like the air didn't move right. The windows were dusty, fog from the inside. One of them on the side, slightly open. That should have been my first warning. I slid it up slowly. It creaked. Loud. Too loud. I froze. Waited. Nothing. So I climbed in. The smell hit me first. Not just dust. Something older. Like time itself had rotted. I landed in what used to be the living room. Furniture still there. Couch sagging in the middle. Old TV. A lamp tipped over on its side like someone knocked it down and never bothered to fix it. Everything had this thin layer of decay over it. Like the house had been holding its breath for decades. I clicked on my flashlight. The beam cut through the darkness. And that's when I noticed something weird. The light switch on the wall. It was on. I flipped it. Nothing happened. But still, who leaves lights on for 25 years? I shook it off. Started exploring. The kitchen was worse. Way worse. There were dishes still in the sink. Food still on the stove. I'm not even kidding. Blackened. Molded. Hardened into something unrecognizable. And the fridge? I opened it for half a second and slammed it shut. Worst smell I've ever experienced. Like death had been locked inside. On the counter. 3 beer bottles. Half full. Except the liquid inside had turned thick. Almost solid. Like syrup. I remember thinking, did he leave in a hurry? That thought stuck with me. Because everything in that house felt like someone had just stopped. Mid-life. I made my way back to the hallway. There was a door leading down. Basement. Of course I went. Because at that point I was too deep in to turn back. The stairs creaked under every step. Slow. Loud. Like the house wanted to announce me. At the bottom, I swung the flashlight around. And honestly, it looked like a time capsule. There was a grand piano, covered in dust, but still intact. I walked over, pressed a key. Dong. The sound echoed through the entire basement. Out of tune. Sharp. Wrong. I flinched. But nothing else happened. So I pressed another key. Then another. It worked. Barely. But it worked. And that's when I noticed the walls. Photos. Old ones. Pinned up everywhere. Some of them had fallen. Others were still hanging. There was one of a couple. Smiling. Standing in front of the same house. Young. Happy. The glass frame. Shattered. I picked it up. The crack ran right through their faces. Something about that felt intentional. Next to it, military gear. Old World War II stuff. Medals. Uniform pieces. Even a helmet. Then I saw it. Rolled up in a corner. A poster. I unrolled it slowly. And my heart skipped. It was signed. By Elvis. Or at least, it looked real. I laughed under my breath. Who the hell just leaves this behind? But even as I said it, I felt it. That weird feeling again. Like I wasn't alone. I turned around quickly. Flashlight shaking a little. Nothing. Just shadows. I stood there for a second. listening. Silence. So I told myself to chill out, grabbed a couple pictures on my phone, and headed back upstairs. That's when things changed. I reached the top of the stairs and stopped. Something felt off, different. The house wasn't silent anymore. At first, I thought it was just the rain, but no, it was softer, like a sound. I held my breath, listened carefully, and then I heard it. Crying, faint, but real, coming from upstairs. My stomach dropped instantly. There was no way someone else was in here. I hadn't heard anything before. Silence hit harder than the sound ever did. I froze, didn't move, didn't breathe. And then, slowly, the doorknob started to turn. From the inside, I didn't wait, didn't think, didn't question it. I ran, down the stairs, almost slipped, slammed into the wall. Didn't care. I bolted through the living room, jumped out the same window I came in from, hit the ground hard, scrambled up, ran back over the fence. Didn't stop until I was inside my own house, door locked, lights on, heart racing like I just escaped something alive. I didn't sleep that night, not even close, and I never went back. But here's the thing. The next morning, I looked out my window, and the house, still there, same as always, except for one thing. The upstairs window, the one near that room. It was open, just slightly. And I swear, on everything, there was someone standing there, watching. And they didn't look like they were crying anymore. They looked like they were waiting.